3, 2, 1.
Moving in love and light. Let's get into this intuitive reading, this tarot card reading from Miss Jacky Oh and Leticia. I believe her nickname for Leticia was Chi or something like that. But let's just get into this reading. I'm going to stop really quickly and just let you know that the download that I'm getting, this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Sometimes the tea is hot and sometimes it's not. You have to watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. Okay, so there is this over succumbing energy that like, Chi, and you of all people need to speak up on her behalf. Now, this is just a download, you know what I'm saying? So whatever. Spirit is also acknowledged I need to break the deck. But that, see, and she's being secret. She's it's like you're silenced, you're using discretion, you're contemplating, you're having consideration, and you're being very private. And look at the bottom of the deck. But Spirit is acknowledging that she is running around like a chicken with her head cut off, very overwhelmed, frenzied, deadline, stressed, chaotic, trying to refocus and redo for better results. She's acknowledging because of your silence, there's this inner turmoil that you are going through because you don't want to be the whistleblower. But she said, you of all people know. And it's hurtful to her that because she's not here physically, so I'm trying to energetically get you guys to comprehend the message. Like spiritually, it's a low vibration because she wants you to sound off. She wants you to just give that little bit of detail to open up and bring light to the situation, because she's acknowledging on the top of the deck that this situation was very emotional and it was unbeknownst to her. Someone came, attacked her. And this is in the area of love. And she said they felt very inspired and felt very required for them to do so. But thank you, Spirit. It appears that like Chi knew some of the things that other people didn't know. Some of the details. And she's like, if you just say one thing, it'll bring light to it. And she's encouraging her to do so. But she's also acknowledging like Chi-Chi's energy is just very like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And she's also acknowledging like she helped you. She's like, I was a good friend to you. I helped you become accomplished. I helped you, renew your confidence. I helped you add layers to your cake. And this is very simple. It's a very solemn energy, but it's like, help me. Okay. All right. So let's get a little deeper. What's another message that Miss Jacky O, thank you, wants to say to Chi-Chi? She's saying that she wants her to think about her marriage or this commitment that she had, this promise. And she's saying, like, you knew I was planning for the future. But this planning for the future with DC Young Fly also came with some very dark energy, draining, dark, low vibrational, a vampire-like energy. And so she was putting herself into a hermit mode, soul searching, having a spiritual awakening and ascension, because she was feeling this energy and she didn't want to be a part of it. It is coming up with some Virgo energy. And she's like, Chi knew this. She knew this. But she also knew like the relationship had her in like a rags to riches kind of energy. But she's also acknowledging that there was this lack of mentality, always feeling like there's scarcity around the corner, maybe living outside of their means a little too much. But this is just information that Chi knew. You know what I'm saying? And it was the beginning phases of feeling, thank you, like things are not going well. Things are not going well. And then she's also acknowledging that Chi knew the secrets about the groupies, the fans, the obsession, the lust, and the stalking, and just how shallow and hurtful it was to her. Chi also knew that Miss Jacky O was accepting bad behavior, toxicity, and insecurity within her relationship. Okay. So what was your relationship like with Chi Chi? Okay, what's the overall energy for the relationship between Miss Jacky O and Chi Chi? Okay, she's acknowledging that they were like night and day in a little sense, like good girl, bad girl kind of thing. But she said that their relationship, they were like rule followers. They did have some indifferences. Sometimes they could clash with ego and but be complacent. But that's just because they were like, I'm just thinking like Gemini, like you're one and the same, but then you're kind of like night and day, and that's what's kind of intriguing and magnetizing towards this relationship. Subconsciously, she's also acknowledging that there were social media kind of driven in a sense, subconsciously, their relationship. Thank you, Spirit. There is a lot of illusion, self-absorption, obsession, and superficiality that they kind of exuded that energy. But she's also acknowledging, thank you, Spirit, that they were corny. They could be introverted, like friendship wise. But this is the gotcha. She's saying like, you're not being a team player. You're not being a team player. And it just keeps hinting at like, just do it. Like, say it. What are you afraid of? She's saying you are beginning to realize who you are because of this. Like, who are you? Who are you? What do you stand for? What are your non-negotiables? Based on your actions. Okay, so what is Miss Jacky O? Her energy towards Chi Chi. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Spirit. So again, she's saying you are beginning to realize who you are based upon your actions. Okay? Then we get the Hermit card in reverse. She's coming off very strong. I'm hearing put up or shut up. She's acknowledging loneliness, isolation, paranoia, sadness, and being overcome with emotion. That's how she's feeling. And with the Hierophant card, she's acknowledging that in the middle of the deck, you are spiritually wise. Like, you going through an awakening and an ascension of your own. And it has to deal with morality and ethics. And, like, you better than that. Like, it just feels like you're smarter than that. Why haven't you done it? Why haven't you said it? Why haven't you disclosed it? Like, I told you what to do in case of emergencies. This is wild, y'all. What is Leticia? Is it Chi Chi? What is she hiding? The Star. She is hiding the Star. Now, the Star kind of gives me some Aquarius information. So it does feel like Aquarius energy. You're hiding being community oriented, original, open-minded, fair, logical, a humanitarian. So interesting. She said because she's torn. And because she's worried about how this is going to affect her financially. Did she get a large sum of money? Why does this lady look like Miss Jacky O? I just have to pause and be like, she got the little blonde hair. She was like, yeah, she knew I was making a lot of money. And she's afraid of how this is going to affect her income. how it's going to affect her life, her livelihood. Thank you, Spirit. The relationship between Miss Jacky O and Chi. Thank you, Spirit. We get Ogun La Flambeau. Ogun La Flambeau. Count your wounds after the great battle. Whose hand struck at you, and at whom did you strike, is the question. This card has an energy of pain, especially physically, an aching question of one's actions leading to despair, war, strife, internal or external. Actions against life and death must lead to regret. Wow. It just keeps saying the same thing that I said at the very beginning. Like, you know. You already know, but again, so the aspect of this card is a soldier returning from battle. The fact that he is returning is most significant. This is not the soldier full of spirit rushing toward the battle, but the warrior who has seen death's hand touch many. His sword has caught on the gristle as it cleaved through flesh. He limps. His legs have been wounded as an offering in the battlefield. Now tired, he sees that the battle is continuing and his pace has not slackened. Gosh, this is just so deep. May her soul rest, because it feels like she's the one still fighting. Like, damn, I was good to y'all. I was good to you. And I'm returning back from battle, wounded, tired. And it just feels like she's like, just do this one thing for me. Do this one thing for me. Do it. That's what it feels like. Something said split the deck. And we get Santeria, which is interesting. And then we get Alofi. Now look at this mother carrying the world in her belly. This was a message that Spirit just guided me to, split the deck. And so this is what we're not seeing when it comes to these two in this situation. This card shows a pregnant woman suspended in space. The earth forms and swells within her body. Spirit swirls around her, and the planets seem to have gathered to watch and pay respect to the act of her giving birth. The Orisha Olofi is so strongly connected to creation. It is represented by this star mother. And didn't I just talk about the star card coming out? Remember I said the star card? Okay. One attribute of Ashe shows itself in the world as change. Stability is a process of change. Any sense of perception of stability is found upon examination to be the result of an ongoing flux. This flux is necessary to maintain the dynamic balance of elements we perceive as stability or solidarity. Akshay manifesting as change, and change as stability. Okay? She's accepting that this is the change. This is her new space. This is her new place in life. This is where her energy resides. Thank you, Spirit. Change. Especially that change that brings stability to a situation or a relationship. So it's not just a stability and a change to her energetically, but the change that it's going to have on her friend Chi. And it's also acknowledging that she was a mother. But now she is floating in the galaxy, in the ether. But she's acknowledging that she was a mother, and that is heartfelt, All right. Chi and Miss Jacky Oh. Leticia and Miss Jacky Oh. Well, the car full. Dry desert. So we see somebody walking alone. We do see footprints. In regards to the relationship, dry desert, dig deep for inspiration and truth. Now is not the time to become resilient and adaptable. Is your life presenting you with opportunities that seem to yield nothing? Have your ideas dried up? Does it feel like you're on an endless journey through a dry, hot, lifeless desert? This card reminds you that there are times you are meant to be resilient as you journey through your harsher circumstances. You're being required to conserve your energy until after effort you reach the oasis you're searching for. Consider the creatures that live in the conditions. Thank you, Spirit. The creatures that live in these conditions. They have adapted to thrive in spite of the outer environment. In a desert, water essential for life can be found deep underground. Go deep within yourself. Find your truth there. Let Spirit sustain you while you locate the real source. Whatever it is you're asking about will not be found in the conditions you are in until you move past the surface of things and choose to do the real work and discover the answers deep within you. It keeps saying that, like, now you know who you are. Beginning to realize exactly who you are. This may not seem like the most productive time, but looks are deceiving. This is a most important place to find what's truly right for you. Wow. So how does Miss Jacky O currently see Leticia? Chi-Chi. Current energy, please. How does Miss Jacky O currently see? She currently sees her as the rebel. Oppositions. The op. Rebel, rebellious, rise, boundaries, resistance, opposition, prevalence, freedom fighter, survival instincts, misfit, speaking the truth, standing up, and belief system. It's like a sway. It's like I see what you're doing. I see who you're presenting yourself as, but I know what you have the potential to be. I know the potential that you have. Will she do it? That's the question. Will she blow the lid off the top, per se? Spirit said, in regards to this energy, there with the Knight of Wands, who could be a fire sign or just very argumentative. He can be reckless, arrogant, and violent. Spirit is acknowledging that she wants justice. She wants fairness. Thank you, Spirit. She wants cause and effect. She wants him to have consequences, she wants to have justice. She wants honesty. It's a legal matter. Spirit said, break the deck. She said with the Two of Cups in reverse, emotional and could involve a water sign. She's saying that there was a separation between them. They were an unhappy couple and they were losing interest. She's acknowledging that with DC Young Fly. What's Jacky O's overall energy with Chi-Chi? Thank you. Again, she's acknowledging that they were successful together. That Chi-Chi is successful. She's like, we're famous, we're confident, we're in the spotlight. We had a lot of recognition. With the Four of Pentacles, though, in regards to the relationship, someone was a conformist. And they weren't sticking to their guns when it comes to certain things, like really digging their heels down. Subconsciously, she's acknowledging a release of the past, giving up control, generous, and acceptance. Okay. Spirit is also acknowledging that with the Ten of Wands, that they had to take a break from each other, breaking down and not able to follow through in the area of like friendship, that deeper friendship, but also business. Jacky was having a lot of awakenings, and I think this really was what disturbed people, because she was getting closer and closer to her spiritual self, doing this deep inner soul searching that it feels like she was going through to ascend. She was really seeing people for who they were. And because she was a lifeline to many, people couldn't see themselves without that energy. You know how when you wake up and you realize you've been used? Like that. She's acknowledging that, in this relationship, one or both of them were working too hard. There was a lot of dependency on the other. See that energy? And it was just no style. Like, Who's the earth sign? What is Chi-Chi's biggest obstacle when it comes to Miss Jacky O? Thank you. Slow to recover, a lack of self-care, and feeling burnt out with the Four of Swords. Air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Thinking. A lack of faith, focusing on the negative, board, the star card. Air sign energy, Aquarius. We keep hearing about the star. In the middle of the deck, their biggest obstacle was a troublemaker who was moody and a heartbreaker with the Knight of Cups. Water sign energy, water sign element. Very emotional. She knows. Chi knows. Okay, I'm just going to tell you. What's next for Chi in regards to Miss Jacky O? No social life, canceled events, overindulgence due to sadness. Could be a water sign. It's very emotional. What's next for Chi? Carelessness, lack of direction, and stupidity. The full card. Feeling like you have to start over and over and over, because until you do right by her, you know in that movie, The Color Purple, till you do right by me, until you make amends with this information, because it's going to weigh on your soul. It's going to weigh on your soul. It's not going to get let up. It's not. She's saying make the right choice with the Lover's card. Make a choice. Make a choice. Choose. 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 She like, I would have did it for you. No questions asked. I would have did it for you. Now we sit back and let the universe do what the universe does.